Good evening to everybody. Finally, we're going to get a chance to do this mint sealed bag opening. It's one I've not done in quite a while, and it's kind of different territory for me, so I'm not really exactly sure how this is going to work out. We're going to do the best we can with it, but I've got 0 viewers right now. I'm waiting for other people to come in and take a look at what's going on before I open this bag. I want a few people to see it come open live. Let's take a look at what I've got going on here. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. My other screen and get this all straightened out and put in place. And so these are not numbered, so there's no numbers on these. It's just reveal number 500. And there's Stephen. Good evening, Stephen. And so they've got the 500, and I'll grab a whole stack of them here and flip them over for you. They have the names on the back just like our regular reveals do. I have 246 of these flips ready, and each one will contain 2 coins. So we have 246 of them, and each one will contain 2 coins. This is the 1989 mint sealed bag. Now, I'll tell you something about mint sealed bags. There is a way of opening these that actually sorry about that. We went to no noise with the desk view. Hang on just a second. All right, now we've got sound. Well, we did have sound, and then we didn't have sound, and now we have sound again. Let me check the other one and make sure that we continue sound. Yes, we do. Hello, hello, hello. We do have sound on both ends. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, what I was telling you is that there was a little bit, this little string right here. Let's see how we can actually see this. There's a little string hanging off the edge there that I cut. It wrapped around the back edge of this bag, and when you take that little piece of string out, what you have left is a surged stitch that goes all the way down the bag, all the way across the bag. There's no need to cut every stitch. When you cut that one thing, you should just be able to pull on the string, and it takes every stitch out of the bag. Now that's how the mint sealed bags work. Now see, the stitching is all gone, and now I have an open bag. And our very first view at these 1989 cents. Shows me, oh, these are nice. They're nice. Absolutely nothing wrong with these coins. These are nice. So now hopefully we find some of the double dies that we know can exist in 1989 Philadelphia. What I'm going to do in the beginning anyway is I'm just going to reach in and I'm going to grab 2 coins. And the 2 coins that I grab, I'm not looking at them. I'm not doing anything with them. I'm setting them on my microscope, getting them ready to look at. Now I'm going to flip over. Let's see that. Okay, we're done looking at this part because I have opened this live on camera. We don't need that again. So my first pair of coins will go to Sureg. Hello, Chasing Change, Taco John. We got a bunch of people in here now. That's good. That's great. That's awesome. I love this. Okay, so now we can actually pull them over to the scope, and I can adjust the lighting on the scope to work properly with these bright, brand new coins. Let me get this set up here real quick. I don't want it to be too bright because then it just blinds all of us. Okay, and then we'll take a look at this coin. And it looks like I have nothing here. A little bit of a clash mark below the T right there. It looks like that's an interesting little mark right there, right on Lincoln. And move over to the second coin. And okay, so it doesn't look like I have anything on the obverse on either coin. So I flip over to the reverse. And we'll look at the reverses on both of these. The pickup points that we're going to be looking for today are generally going to be in and around the top of the N of 1, the top of the N of cent. And then we will pull over and look at the FG initials, and especially paying attention to the bottom of the A of America. And then we watch the tops and bottoms of the digits or the letters in United States of America. And on this one I see nothing. Once we can find and reassure ourselves that we do have a double die, this will go a lot faster. Because once I can figure out what dies do exist in here, it'll be a little easier to pick the rest. So we're looking for any of the markings of a double die. See that line running on the top of the word America? That is split plating that happened because of pressure strike. It's striking pressure, I'm sorry. Pressure strike. It's striking pressure that caused that. And the copper plating actually split open, and the innards of the coin are showing, which is not a very good thing. Okay, we've got nothing on either one of these coins, so that is out of the way. See how long this could take? We're going to try to figure out a way together to make this not be such a long process, but that's what we end up with. We end up with 2 coins in the holder, and I will pull out ones that are die varieties. I'll pull them out into a separate place. Here goes my second 2 coins for Carl, and we will begin to look at these a little faster as time goes on, but I'm putting them in here, obverse side up. There's split plating for you again. This is what split plating looks like. And look around real close on the obverse and see what we see. Let's look at this coin, see if there's anything on that one. Our chances of finding double dies in this are actually just a little better than a lot of the other issues in this era because, well, they actually had quite a few double dies that year. And this is interesting. The one thing I can't guarantee is that all the coins are going to come out real nice and clean looking because this was a sealed bag. I hope I don't run into a lot of this. But that coin's going to be a waste of effort. Let's see about this one. A few spots here and there on most of the coins, but it's looking to me like most of the bag is relatively clean. I did not expect big spots on any of these. Let me look real wide in the bag again, get a good, nice view. Yeah, we do have, there are some crap coins in here. I just noticed. Here, let's do this. See, here's one of them. This is a, oops. Let me get the light over here so you can see what I'm doing. There's one that's obviously garbage. So we'll toss that out. Let's see what else I see in here. Just look in here for basic condition. There's a few coins in here that are just ugly, but most of them are pretty nice. So that's what we'll do. When we run across a really ugly coin, we'll just replace it with another coin in the bag. Should be pretty simple. There are lots of nice coins in here. There are a few ugly ones. Let me check from the lower part of the bag just to make sure it didn't get... No, the whole bag actually looks pretty decent. Most of it anyway. It's just once in a while we get a bag that's got a lot of really ugliness on it. There's one right there. So that one's got a lot of ugliness on it. It's barely shiny. So we'll dispose of those as we go through, and I'll just pull another coin. Makes it pretty simple that way. So with this one, we'll just dispose of that coin, and I will reach in and grab another one and put it under the scope here. I guess this is as good as anything for you guys, right? You can see me pulling the coins out of the bag. Let's see. I just, whatever you guys can suggest as being a good way of fairly moving forward on this. This is kind of a thing where I'm kind of making up the rules as I go along. And as I'm making up the rules, I'm completely open to any ideas that you guys have to make this work better, faster, easier, more fair, however you might want to call it. Okay, that's Carl's 2 coins for that pull. And everybody gets 2 coins in every one of their flips. And next goes Cookie. Cookie now. Reach in here for a coin. It's a nice one. Reach in here for another coin. Ooh, that one's really nice. Some of these are extremely bright. Some of them are just bright. This is the one that was extremely bright. Let's see. Yeah, this right here is really nice. Color clarity and everything on this one. Don't have any doubling on the obverse though. Let's check the other. Doubling on the obverse is generally going to show up as extra thickness in the date. If you look up on Wexler's website, you look up the 1989 double dies. 1989 double dies on Lincoln Cents are finished on his website. He's got all of them listed there that he has. And the reason I point you to his website is because he's done more research over the years on 1989 than we've had the opportunity to do yet. And so he has more listed there. So all of it should be findable. Pretty simple. One page. Scroll up and down. And I am just looking for stuff that basically matches the idea of what he has listed. Looking for extra columns in between the columns. There's one that has an extra floor underneath or above the steps in the memorial. But most of them have some form of doubling around the lettering. Hello, Tyler. Yeah, okay, so that's what I've got for Cookie this time around. And my hands are extremely dry. They've been washed very well. Next one up is Farm Dog. Farm Dog. Alright, here's the first one for Farm Dog. And don't see anything on that coin. What about on this one? A lot of die scratches in and around the coat. Now look at that. That's interesting. It's not special, but it's interesting. Got a lot of die scratches running right through the date. We'll probably see a bunch of those. Hopefully, this one will turn out to be a double die reverse. We can use them die scratches around the date as a great, great tool to know what we're looking at on the reverse. But we just have to look to find out. Here's the reverse of the first coin. This is not the one with the die scratches. Nothing here. Let's take a look at the other coin. You are looking at my belly, aren't you? Whoops. I guess we need to do it this way. I didn't think about that. You can't see. I know you can't see. You can't see because I'm not doing it right. I get it. I understand now. I'm just now catching on because Taco John said you're looking at my belly. Okay. I'm going to show you the obverse of this again because I know that you guys didn't see it, but it's interesting. There's nothing special about it, but it's interesting. That right there. Got a whole bunch of die scratches right around the date. Cookie didn't see her coins. Oh, Cookie. Cookie, I can tell you that there was nothing on your coins, unfortunately. That's why I was able to just move right through them. I am looking at every coin as we go through. We'll definitely pull your name again. Stephen? 2 coins for Stephen. 1, 2. And we'll take a quick look here. Alright, that one's kind of ugly. I'm going to throw it out. Move on to another coin. There's another coin. Alright, this is yet again appears to be another different die I don't think we've seen so far. Another die pair that I don't think we've seen. Alright, nothing there on the obverse. This one's an ugly coin. It's not a double die obverse, so I will move on to another coin for this one. Well, much better condition, but no doubling on this one either. Oh, that's when I turn my head, you can barely hear me. I have to kind of speak straight to the microphone. You can hear me if I'm speaking straight to the microphone, no matter how quietly I talk. Let's see here. Moving right along to the reverse here. I'm not nervous because of the broadcasting. I'm not nervous because of anything other than the fact that I've got 400 and something coins to do. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this in as little time as possible. It's already obvious that we're going to be switching into at least a second show, because this is taking just as long as any reveal. Let's see here. And I've got 264. That's die wear right there that you're looking at. That's what die wear looks like on these dies. That's that extra ridge line, like around the A and the M of America that keeps going around the coin. That is die wear. That's what it looks like. I've got 264 flips to fill. I usually fill 50 flips with 1 coin. I've got 264 that I'm filling with 2 coins. This one's for Harlan. Here's Harlan's 2 coins. I'll make sure that they're okay. That one's crap. I move on to the next one. That one's much better. Okay, we got 2 good coins here. I am not looking at these with a loop. I'm just looking at them for black spots. Big black spots go away. Not even going to look at them. There's some of this bag that is no good. A lot of them got these little tiny spots on them, but I'm not even looking at the little tiny spots. I'm just looking at the big black spots. Black spots go away. Okay, nothing there. Let's take a look at the other side of these two coins. We got some die wear going on this one. It is not a double die. Okay, let's take a look at the second coin. And let's see. Get my finger out of the way. There we go. Okay, we've got nothing on this one either. Using the stick might be better for me. Actually, I think we might just do it that way. I think we will. Let me do it this way. If I take 5 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like this, and I take this camera and hang on a second. Let's see how we can make this work. Alright, so we do that, and I don't know how much of this you guys are going to be able to actually see. So let me put this back over here, and let me zoom it out some more. I don't know if this is going to be too small for you guys to read, but we're going to try this and see what works. Frostbite, Dennis, Grandpa Tim, Malcolm, and Doug. Let's see if we can actually read all these names in there. Okay, so we've got those 5 names. Now I can put 10 coins on my stick. And I may or may not be able to do this easily. Hang on a second, let me adjust my scope for it. Okay, now let's see if this works. Load us up with 10 coins. This might actually go faster, so we'll see how this works. Okay, let me see about getting there we go. This is probably about the best we're going to do. So let me get these in focus. They're actually in focus pretty well. Okay. So we're going to do this way. You look at the name on the far right is Doug. So the first 2 coins here will be for Doug. This one is a Doug coin. This one is a Doug coin. I'm looking for any doubling, anything else that we can verify is different, odd, or obtusely strange. And we'll stop and take a better look at it. This right here is second name up, Malcolm. And I'm moving the coins left to right, so we'll start at the far right on the names and go toward the left so that the coins and the names scroll in the same direction. That's Malcolm's first. This is Malcolm's second on the obverse. I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay. Next up is Grandpa Tim. First obverse. Second obverse for Grandpa Tim. nothing there. Next up will be Dennis. So Dennis, let me move my mouse and stuff out of the way so I can do this. Here's the first obverse for Dennis. And the second obverse for Dennis. And next we move on to Frostbite. Frostbite's first coin. And Frostbite's second coin. I'm not seeing anything on these yet. Alright, now I'm going to flip them over. They're flipped. Here's Doug's first two, or Doug's reverses. Okay, next are Malcolm's. If I see anything that hits me, I'll definitely stop. Okay. Next up is Grandpa Tim. Nothing so far. And then there's Dennis. It's a little fuzzball sitting on the coin. Looked almost like mold or something. Then I realized it was just out of focus, which means that it stands up higher than the coin does, which means I could probably just blow it off of there. Okay. Yeah, 1989 is very, very common for having spots. I'm not highly concerned about a few spots. And like the little dents, like that little thing below the dot in E pluribus unum there, and the one down below the middle of the A of states, you can't worry about stuff like that with these, because these dates just don't come 100% clean unless you're taking them straight out of mint sets, and that's not what happened here. Obviously, they came out of a sealed bag. Alright, that was the last ones for Frostbite. So now, what I do is I'll go through and I'll put these coins in the flips for the people. I think this goes a little bit faster. In fact, I'm sure it does. And then we'll lay out 5 more names. And move us on. I have the rest of the flips in a box down here. They're not all up on the tray because 246 flips won't fit on the tray. There we go. I think this will work a little better. So now I pull out 10 coins. I put 10 coins on my tray. Some of these coins are real nice. Most of them are going to have little tiny, what look like dried up water spots, and that's just from how the planchets were washed at the mint. It has nothing to do with anything that came onto the coins. Of course, these have been sealed since they were at the mint. So this is what mint fresh coins look like sometimes. Okay. First up would be Jordan now. Look at both of Jordan's coins. See that big water spot right there? That comes from the mint that way. That was there the day the coin was minted. Alright, next up will be Taco John. What would happen if the planchets weren't washed? That's a good question. I don't know. Evidently, the mint found a reason to need to wash the planchets after they were created. But the soap they used, or the agent that they used to do the washing, or the way they were dried, or the way they were rinsed, or something, left spots on the coins, on the planchets, which striking a coin isn't going to wipe off a spot. It's just going to mash it into the coin. So that's kind of what happened. Anytime you see it go out of focus, it's because I'm tilting my stick so I can get a little bit of a different light in a specific area. It helps me. Some chance this is actually a double die. Take a look at it a little bit better here. Yeah. Now I'm having to doubt. It looks like that left edge of the 8 is actually flattened down a little bit. Yeah, it's not a double die. That's actually been hit by something, flattened down by force. Okay, flip over and we'll take a look at the reverses on these. They're washed before cookie. Once they are struck, they're coins. They go into a hopper and get put into a large bin. And from that bin, they get lifted up and spilled into the ballistic machine, or the ballistic bags, as they are counted. Well, back in these days, they actually did them into canvas bags of 5,000. Now they do them in ballistic bags, I think, of 400,000 coins. It takes a forklift to lift them up. It might be 40,000. I can't remember. All I know is that the ballistic bags are not available to the public, and that's how you'd have to get them to find any of the real nice errors. We do have a chance to find major errors in this. I mean, these coins have never been looked at, so there could be brockages, there could be indents, clips, off-centers. There could be all kinds of stuff in this. That anything that would fit through a machine to get into the bag did. So, I mean, there might be a penny struck on a nail in here somewhere. All kinds of weird stuff comes out of the mint sometimes. But of all the bags that I've been through, I've never found any real significant errors. This was the second coin for Taco John on this one. And this is Mark. Mark's first coin. Not seeing anything here. Mark's second coin. A little die crack there on the left base. Doesn't mean much of anything. It's just kind of interesting to look at that stuff sometimes. And that right there, that line running through the bottom of Unum, is actually a impurity that was on the planchet at the time that they were blanked. So it was on the actual sheet of metal, and then it was blanked, and it was punched out like a cookie cutter. And then they roll it through another machine that makes the rim stand out, and then they strike them. And this happened pretty early in the process. And this was one of those things where you get like this impurity on the planchet down below, and the zinc kind of has an issue where it expands and it creates these blisters on the coins, and a linear blister is from the process of rolling the planchet out, or rolling the metal out. You're also seeing on some of these that you've got split plating where you can actually see the silver zinc underneath the copper. That is also a very common occurrence at the mint. Seen that die before. I remember the die chip on the edge of the N, little die crack between the N and the E of 1. This one is done. I'm sorry, this one's Cookie's second coin. This was Cookie's first, and then this one is Cookie's second coin. Got a little die crack from the corner under the FG, and actually that die crack goes almost all the way up to the planter. Goes into the bushes. You can see the die crack running into the bushes up there. Hello, Kevin. Kevin7. We are looking through a 1989 Lincoln Cent mint sealed bag. It's a Philadelphia mint coin. Philadelphia mint sealed bag. This is the two coins from Mark again. So we got Mark's name twice on here. These flip inserts, these flips, they were placed in here totally at random, and then they were shuffled. And well, that's a very weakly struck coin. Look at the steps on that. Wow. Not much going on there. Let's see, there is Mark's first coin. Here is Mark's second coin. And see, his steps are pretty much complete on this one. So we're going through this bag. We're looking for anything odd or strange or different to put in people's little flip inserts here. Get Jordan's coins, put them away. Going to be doing another sealed bag opening. The next sealed bag opening will be this coming week. We're going to be selling it on Monday, which is 2 days from now. We're going to be selling it Monday evening. In fact, we've got a bunch of really nice rolls coming up on Monday, so be ready for that. 1946S, 1949S, and the sealed bag that we're going to do next is a 1960 sealed bag. Sealed bag of 1960 Lincoln Cents. Don't know anything about the contents of the bag other than that the bag is not stained, so it doesn't appear to be water damaged in any way. So the coins should be nice. All right, next 5. Well, there's Mark again. Time Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. There we go for that, and we're ready to start moving it again. Okay, first 2 coins here are for Mark. I haven't exactly worked up prices on everything yet, but the 1946S Lincoln cents will be $9 a piece. That's an expensive roll. Those rolls close to $250 now. The 1949S will be $5 or $6 a piece. The 1960 coins will be $2 each. I'm sorry, $2.50 each in pairs, $5. So $2.50 each, and each purchase will be a pair. Be a maximum of 10 pairs per person, just like this bag. I am looking at every coin here. I haven't commented on anything because I don't see anything to comment on. Mint bags come from a number of different die pairs at once. Always. You never get all of one die in any mint product. In fact, the individual dies... Let's see, this is for frostbite here. The individual dies are set on different machines that are... they're pooled together in the big hopper where the coins are counted and distributed into the bags. So there will be a lot of different die pairs in each bag. I'm going to say up to 10 or 15 different die pairs per bag. It is very possible. I have seen more. I have seen fewer. See if they're getting close on a make run, or they have coins in the hopper left over from one day the next day, and they start minting coins and the hopper is only half full, or they're going to finish filling the hopper before they start moving coins. And so that could mean even more different die pairs in the hopper. But they certainly don't bag straight from the press. That would be the only way that you would end up getting all of one die pair in a bag. Going to have some other relatively common, let's say more common rolls come up Monday. But the I guess the key features on Monday will be a 1946S roll, a 1949S roll, and there will be 3 other wheat rolls. We'll be doing 3 other wheats, and then there will be the 1960 mint sealed bag. I do not know yet if these are large date or small date. Somebody's hair, not mine. Came from the mint, I guess. This is Harlan's group here, and I can see I'm going to have to replace a coin. So here's a coin right here that I'm going to replace. So some of them came out just real ugly, but most of them came out pretty nice. So we're going to pitch that into the bank pile and put a different coin on here for Harlan, which means we're going to have to look at the obverse again. Nice obverse. Flip it over and take a look at the reverse. Oh. No, that's not die crack. That's actually a little bit of machine doubling, it looks like. That's not a die crack. Alright, there's Harlan's second coin. In this flip. Then we move on to person number 4, which is Crispy. Crispy's first coin. Nice die crack. Like that die crack. That's cute. That's actually that is running along the bottom of the building as well as going straight up the base toward the FG, and then another one straight up the base to the last column there. Interesting. No die chips or cracks on the other side. just on that one side. May have actually had a case of a die that was not necessarily mounted completely flush. Get rid of this notice over here. I got everything kind of crossed around backwards, and well, that die pair I think we've seen before. Alright, and this is for frostbite. And got nothing there. So that... What'd you get? 1935 1DO001. Wow. That's awesome. Probable 1923 double die. That would be really nice too. You're getting a lot of good stuff, Ant. Go ahead and start filling these up. Chuck cannot stop moving. Chuck has to continue moving, because that's the only way we're going to get done within the next week, is if Chuck keeps moving. It looks like we've probably got close to 100 coins done already, and we've only been on this 45 minutes, so I'm looking at probably doing 200 coins or so tonight, and then 200 coins or so tomorrow night. Split this into a 2-night show. That's really going to be the only way we're going to be able to get through all this. And between now and then, I'll just close the bag back up, tie it, and be done with it for now. I'm not going to look through it or anything else. I don't want to do anything that will in any way blow the integrity of what I do. So I don't want anybody to think I'm digging through this stuff outside of what you guys are getting, because that is a beautiful 1989 cent there. Oh, really nice luster on that one. Wow. I want everybody to trust what's going on here. And I know with newer people, sometimes the trust tends to be an issue. The starburst that you are talking about is something I've never really been able to answer. I know I've seen it. It's on generally newer coins, and it's like these die flow lines, but it isn't die flow lines. They come from like the center, and they don't go all the way to the edge, and it kind of does look like a starburst. And I've seen it a number of times, but I don't know what causes it. Okay, that's the first coin for Crispy. Second coin here for Crispy. We don't even have to worry about this being an original source material. I mean, I opened the bag live right on the camera, so there's really no chance that anybody could have gone through these and done anything with them before they got to me. This is Malcolm's second coin now. No, I'm sorry. That was Stanley. Stanley Zolkowski gets that one and this one. This one actually looks like it's got some exposure on it over here. Some zinc exposure. But anyhow, that's Stanley's two coins. Now Malcolm starts right here. Malcolm's first coin. And it's got plating blister on it right there. Malcolm's second coin right here. Even if we don't find die varieties in here, there will be the opportunity to find some really high grade coins. There's that starburst effect. I guess that is die wear. So maybe that's the whole starburst effect thing. and you just got die wear that shows up close to the edge of the die and not toward the center of the die, because the edge it's kind of like raindrops on a car windshield. When you're driving through the rain, the drops on the middle of the windshield tend not to move as fast as the ones on the outside edge. And so that's kind of how this works. The outside edge wears before the center of the die does. So if that's the starburst you're talking about, yes, that's what causes that. That's die wear. That's kind of ugly. This one's definitely ugly. This one's going away. That one's going away for sure. Let's pull another one. Oh man, that one's got a really nasty looking reverse. So Chuck needs to check the coins a little closer before he puts them on the stick. So this is the second coin for Ant. And then the first coin for Mark. The second coin for Mark. I'm also going to work on getting a 1960D mint sealed bag. Okay, reverse time. Reverse time. Oh, the sticks, I can have them done in the next week or so. I'll talk to Richie and see what he can put together for me. It's the idea of still not really knowing. I think they're going to be $15, and they come in a pair. $15 for a pair. Let me know your potential interest in having a pair of them. This is the second coin now for Crispy, the reverse side. And here is the first coin for Stanley. Second coin for Stanley. Carl wants two. The sticks I'm talking about are the sticks that I'm using right now. These sticks hold 25 coins. They are actually sticks of hardwood that are fluted in the middle to hold pennies. And I'll show you what I do with these in just a minute. We'll put it back on the desk view, and I'll show you how I use them so that you can determine for yourself whether or not it's something you can use with your scope setup. Now, I have a standard microscope, which you would think of when you see a nerd scientist looking into a scope. That's what my scope looks like. And I have a light box shining onto it from behind the scope. Let's see, who is this? This is Ant again. Oh, well, that's got to go away. I didn't notice that. That's a gimpy looking coin right there. Well, there's going to be a lot of 1989 pennies going to the bank here soon. There is a replacement. Replacement for Ant's first. Got nothing on this side. And the replacement for Ant's first on the reverse side. Nothing there. Ant's second on the reverse. All right, nothing there. And this is Mark's first reverse. See the split plating up there? All those little gray lines above the letters, that's where the copper plating is split open, and you can see the zinc core of the coin. That happened on strike overpressure, a lot of different things that would cause that. die wear, other things. This is strike over pressure right here. It causes that little crack. That's not a die crack. That's just a split in the plating. And here it was worse. See, this one doesn't have it. Yeah, it does. Strike over pressure. Very common. All right. There are those. Okay. What I will do is I will take a count at this show and at the reveal show and at the auction, and then I will have him make all of the ones we count over the next week or so. I don't exactly know how I'm going to ship them yet. I'm not sure what the best method of shipping them is going to be, because they are longer than any of the priority boxes. Not sure if there is like a flat rate tube of some sort. That's going to be my primary issue, is figuring out how to get them to you. That might be just something where I figure out a box that I can put the two in. Now let me show you how these work real quick. Swing my mic over in this direction here. Alright, so I'm going to lay these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we've got Farm Dog, Stonecutter, Ant, Parvis, and Stanley this time. Alright, now let me show you my belly again. Okay, now this is how these work. Pull this out, and I've got two of these sticks. They're 1 inch. They're 1.5 inch actually. They're 1.5 by like a half to 3/4. These particular sticks are made of ash baseball bat material, and they are very hard. I've had these for almost 30 years. I've been using these, so they've gotten their use for sure. The corners of these are actually starting to get round because I've used them so much. But what I do is I've got this little slide tray drawer on my desk, and put these in here, and I close it up like that. That way they don't move much. And then I can grab my coins, and I can just start laying them on my little board, just like this. I'm checking both sides to make sure that they're not nasty black. And I'm putting them in pairs, well, because they're going away in pairs. So I'm going to do 5 pairs here. Do 5 pairs. Here's my 4th one. And here's a crap coin right there. That one's an ugly one. And my 5th pair right there. Okay, so I've got 5 pairs laying out. Put these back in the bag. Got 5 pairs laying out here. So now I can take these and I can put them under the scope, and I can look at them under the scope. And these are all obverse up. I do that on purpose because I like looking at the obverses than the reverses, just like anybody would. Now I take my second stick, which is identical to the first. I lay it on top of the first one, and then I just flip the whole thing over, and now I'm looking at the reverses. And I just take my little thing here, so I just flip 10 coins faster than you can blink. Now they're back on the obverse again. So that's how I use this. I invented this little thing from I saw another person using something that wasn't in my mind as efficient. It was a lot shorter, and there was only one of them. He had to manually flip all the coins over. I decided that if I was going to make something like this, I'd make 2 of them so I could use it as a unit and flip it over as a unit. That comes from an old magic trick that I know. But so I'm going to scoot back over in front of the scope again. Okay, now back over in front of the scope. And I'm just going to pick up my whole stick and set it underneath the scope just like this. And then I just slide the stick from the ends using my hands. I just hang on to it and slide it through and look at all the coins. These are the first 2 coins on the stick, which go to Farm Dog. And Farm Dog says he wants a pair. Okay, and here is Stonecutter's first coin. What I'll do is at the end of the show tonight, I'll take a head count on who wants a pair of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull this coin. It's not pretty. And I'm trying to figure out if there's something going on with it that means it should be kept. No, it's just garbage. So, trash that one, put another one in its place. This one looks better. See, when I was putting these under there, I was looking at them. So, I don't know how I missed that. I guess maybe it's smaller than the area that I'm able to see with glasses on. But this is Stonecutter's first coin now. Stonecutter's second. Okay, and this is Ant first coin. I really wanted to find double dies in this. Ant second coin. Darn it. It's another ugly one. Well, just toss it over in the... I'm going to get a little bucket to put these in. Hello, Hector. Here's the second coin. Yeah. Okay. And then the first coin for Parvas. Anytime you see the coin go out of focus, it's because I'm tilting the stick to get better light in a specified area. I can adjust for the focus in my own brain. I'm just looking at one specific thing to see what I see. So this one's first one for Stanley now. And the second one for Stanley. Now see, that's why I've got 10 coins sitting on a surface. And I could do this right here. All 10 coins are flipped. That fast. You can lay out 25 coins on one of my sticks, a half a roll. My sticks are exactly the length to hold a half a roll. And so that when you fill your stick up twice, you should have a full roll. Don't even have to count the coins. If you're short one, you'll know it. If you're over by one, you'll definitely know it. They won't all fit. This is our first coin for Stonecutter here. Mint bloom. Correct term for luster? I think so. I'd buy mint bloom too just to find out what it is, right? Mint bloom sounds like it either smells good or looks good. I'll take that for $1. Either way, it's going to help my office. Alright, this is the first coin, third pair, so this is Ant's first coin. And now Ant's second coin. I have doubling to look at here. This is machine doubling. You can see it on the top of everything here. It's machine doubling. It's not a double die. We have some split plating along with some machine doubling. That is The crook of Lincoln's neck right there. That's a clash mark. This little thing right here is an exact backwards duplicate upside down of this little spot right here. This little spot right here. And let you look at it again. That's the back of Lincoln's neck. And the rest of the clash mark has basically been polished out. See, here you got linear plating blisters on this. That's where there's a blister underneath the plating. Then you've got die scratches on top of that. So plating blisters and die scratches are two different things. Alright. Now we have first one for Parvis. The Starburst you were asking about, mint bloom. Yeah, probably. I mean, it sounds appropriate enough. I'm not sure that that is a official term, but it can be. So you just have to use it, and enough people have to know what it means. So we're going to start using that term. For Cap Morgendollar, we're going to start using the term mint bloom. And for Ant, that way they can use that term, and everybody will know what it means after we get it out there. And if this is for Stanley here, Stanley's pair on the reverse side. We got some die wear, some die scratches. Nothing else going on. Yeah. I wish we had a better batch, but this is what it is. I'm putting everybody's coins away now from this particular group. I just take my flips and turn them over and put the coins in from right to left. That keeps everything in order. All right, next 5. All right, we've got Dennis, Carl, Jim Fletcher, Grandpa Tim, and Carl. So we're going to go from the right to the left. Carl will be first, Grandpa Tim, then Jim Fletcher, then Carl will get his second 2, and then Dennis. Good evening, Mickey. I think I might have surprised you with this particular one. Usually you ask me when I'm going to be doing my next reveal, and I tell you, this time it's been postponed 3 times now. And tonight, I just didn't want to say anything to anybody, because if I did, then I'd be breaking another promise if something happened. So I just planned it. And if it worked, it worked. And it did. Here we are. Okay. This first coin for Carl. Second for Carl. Okay, first coin for Grandpa Tim. Second for Grandpa Tim is a double die. Boom. There we go. Double die. See the extra thickness on the 989? You can see the pretty wide extra thickness on there. So let's keep taking a look around. You can see the doubling up here in trust. One of the things that you can see very clearly is how thick everything is up here toward the top. Should be able to see some extra. You can actually see a little separation there in the word in. And on Liberty, what do we get? Yeah, not a whole lot on Liberty, but there's a little bit there. Yeah, not so much, but yeah, I mean, you can kind of see the extra thickness from side to side on that. But definitely on the date. The date is very, look, normal date, double die. Normal date, double die. Okay, so this double die goes to Grandpa Tim. I'm going to put this flip in a special different place. So keep the ones that we know have double dies in them segregated from the ones that don't. Alright, so there's another coin. This one is Jim Fletcher's first and Jim Fletcher's second. So we are going to find some double dies in here. Could be a number one. That would be awesome. 1989 double dies are uncommon per die, but not highly uncommon as a type. So if you talk about any 1989 double die, they're not extremely rare. But if you talk about each individual die, they're very difficult to find. Very difficult. Okay, and this is the second coin for Carl on this particular thing. His second ones. The thread sticking up out of my wood. Let's see, there's the first one for Dennis and the second one for Dennis. So what you look for in the double die is you look for the stuff that you're looking at to overall have extra shape, have extra thickness, extra width. So see, that's a normal coin. This must be the double die here. Yeah, that's the double die right there. It's pretty easy to tell. I mean, once I tell you, hey, that's a double die, it's not going to be difficult to pick the next ones out, right? So we have a DDO for sure. And we're still looking to see if we catch a DDR. This is Carl's first. First flip, first coin. Second flip, first flip, second coin for Carl. Okay, this is Grandpa Tim's first coin. Next coin up will be Grandpa Tim's DDO. This one is Grandpa Tim's DDO. It appears to be normal on the reverse. Nothing on the reverse. So this one is Jim Fletcher's first. Nothing there. See, it took us over 100 coins in a bag of 5,000 to find a single double die. So it doesn't make me fear anything. I think we're gonna. I mean, there should be 50 to 100 of these in here easily. It's just, when do we run into them? You know. How many of the junk coins have I pulled out and thrown out that are the double die? There's the junk coins. I'm not going to look through them. I'm taking them straight to the bank. Deposit them in my account and move on. It's not worth bothering with the junk coins. This is Carl's second flip, first coin. Second flip, second coin. Dennis, first coin. Dennis, second coin. No dice. Okay. So now we can be charged up knowing that we have at least one double die to search for. Let me go back and take a look and see if I can find a good marker on it. I haven't really looked that closely other than the double die itself. So let's grab the coin, take a good gander at it. See if we can find a good obverse marker on this. Yep, a really nice die scratch right there running parallel to the front of the vest under the bow tie. Bunch of other southeast and northwest die scratches around. A couple little die scratches under the RU of Trust. Don't see any cracks in the head. Actually, those die scratches are all over the obverse. Southeast to northwest die scratches all over the obverse, or northwest to southeast, whichever way you want to say it. Okay, there are a couple of small curved die scratches curving downward in front of the bridge of the nose. Right there. Let's get them right in the center for you. Right there, right in the center. You can see he's looking at two die scratches that are out and curving downward. But mostly it's these, this one die scratch is going to make it. That's the major marker right there. Is that one die scratch out under the bow tie, parallel to the front of the vest. I don't really have that much going on anywhere else that wouldn't be extremely common on pretty much any die. A marker is something you want to pick that's rather unique, something that you don't expect to find over and over and over again. So die wear can't be a marker because every die wears. Die wear is simply a way of telling what stage you have or what die state you have. Die wear doesn't do anything as far as individual die markers. So there's that. I'm going to load up 10 more coins. Those die scratches are a little bit telling in that any of the coins that I see in here that are super shiny are not going to be the double die, and the reason for that is because the scratches on the double die actually take away from the proof-like shine on the die. That's part of what the die scratches do. It's not by intent that way, it's just how it works. Well, it looks like this one's going to be Mickey's pull. Alright, got Mickey first up. 2 coins first up for Mickey. First one has a nice little clash mark running out to the 1 in the date. Really anything else on the obverse? Mickey's second coin. Normal. Alright, we'll go to Mr. French. Dick's first coin. Has die scratches, but no doubling. There's a lot of die scratches, but they're all east to west die scratches, and there's no doubling on this one. So his second coin. And these linear plating blisters cannot be a die marker, because these linear plating blisters happen individually on the planchets. So this particular coin could have been struck right next to another coin that did not have that line above the 1-9, because it is specific to the individual planchets. In fact, we could find one of the double dies with that. Here are Mickey's second set of coins. Grandpa Tim now. Last in this lot will be Malcolm. Interesting die wear there. A little bit of damage. Looks like die damage around the word in. Nothing super cool though. Just something to note. Take notice of stuff. You see stuff. It works out to be something good or not good. There is one coin I'm going to need to replace on here for sure. I'll get to it here in a few minutes. And it's Mickey's first group. This one's Mr. French. This one's Mickey's second group. Go ahead and put your two DDOs out there? Okay. We'll do that, Mickey. No worries, bro. And this one is Grandpa Tim. And Grandpa Tim's second. Oh, that's the one I need to replace. Grandpa Tim's second. Well, it's got nothing on it, so here's the obverse of the replacement coin. Reverse of the replacement coin. And this is Malcolm. Malcolm's first. No double die reverses so far. Hello, Richard. Hey, you talk about hating internet issues. Try broadcasting and internet goes out on you middle of the interview or middle of the broadcast. That is not good. That's what happened to me yesterday. Alright, so we got these guys ready to go. Next. All right. I'm going to go with 10 more coins here. I'm not going to use that one. That's a good one. Look at some of these are just really ugly looking coins. We've been through that. Some of them are really nice. What I don't want to do is have a bag of 4,000 some odd beautiful coins, a couple of hundred ugly ones, and then somebody here end up with ugly coins. I don't like ugly coins. So you guys are all going to get pretty nice looking coins, and at least the decent ones. I'm not gonna overly worry about it, but I'm also not going to purposefully hand out bad coins. I mean, some of these things are just garbage. Don't even deserve to be in a mint bag. I took another couple of the crappers out. Okay, we got Farm Dog first. Farm Dog. First coin. Yeah, nothing. Second coin. There's also nothing. Stonecutter. First coin. Nothing. Second coin. Nothing there. Alright, and this will be Mary. Mary's first shot. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Now Sureg. Nothing there. And now Harlan. Last pair on this stick. Oh, there's another one of those with the die scratches running right through the middle of the date. So see, we've seen this die before, and it's not the double die, even though it's got the die scratches in the right direction. No, zinc coins, I don't think our great-grandchildren will see zinc coins, because they'll be gone by then, and I think most of them will be out of change by then too. And it's a pretty good idea if there's a really good way of preserving any of these, that, well, the chances of seeing these out there in another 50, 60 years, even if they've been saved in rolls and tubes, is probably not real high, because zinc rots. I mean, it just does. It's not a good metal to make coins out of. I don't know what they were thinking when they did it, but here we sit, looking through zinc coins. You know what the component of zinc and oxygen are? I mean, oxygen is just the air, right? And zinc is the core of this coin, is zinc. It becomes zinc oxide. Do you know what zinc oxide is? You mix zinc and moisture together and you get that white stuff that you put on your nose so you don't get sunburned. That's zinc oxide. And you look up at the lifeguard, and the lifeguard's got this white stuff over their nose. That's zinc oxide. So I don't know. This is Mary's second coin, reverse. Sureg's first. And second one. You're right about that, Ant. Average lifespan of a zinc cent is probably 2 or 3 years. The average lifespan of a copper cent is 25 years. So if you take a zinc cent and you take it for its lifetime, 2 years, and it costs half as much as a copper, that would make copper's comparative lifespan 4 years, but it's not. It's actually 5 times that. Almost 6 times that. So, yeah, it's kind of a dumb idea. Let's save money by making cheap coins. All they're doing is spending more money because they have to plate them and all that stuff. It's just ridiculous. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to ignore the issues they have with the manufacture of money long enough to get into their idea of a cashless society, trying to take all of our cash away from us, so eventually we won't have any cash, there won't be any coins, there won't be anything like that, everything will be on a debit card. Then if you want to collect coins, you'll have to collect debit cards, which I don't know how well that's going to work. But that tends to be where we're headed. I don't think we're actually headed toward an idea of having better coins or better currency. We've already been through that age. I mean, I gotta do this. Hang on. I am not left-handed. All right. So we've got Stonecutter first, then Stephen, then Ted, then Parvis, and then Mary. That one's ugly. Nope, that one's ugly too. I'm sure we'll find my 10 coins here. All right, here we go. First for Stonecutter. Second. This will be the first for Stephen. The second. And the first for Ted. And his second. Got that die again. First for Parvis. And the second. And now Mary. And her second. For the reverses, got one ugly coin. Alright, this one is for Stonecutter and his second. Is this the ugly? No, that's not the ugly one. Okay, this is for Steven. And Steven's second. This is the one that's ugly. Sometimes I don't see the little bits that need to be replaced until it's already under the scope. Okay, so here's the obverse of the replacement coin. Now the reverse of the replacement coin. This is for Ted. And this is Ted's second coin. This is machine doubling. Alright, and this will be Parva's here. And this will be Mary's first. We'll probably see more of that double die. I'm beginning to think it could be the only double die variety in the bag. Because we have gone through quite a number of coins in this bag to come up with nothing but one coin. So I'm sure there have to be more of them in here, but the idea that we have another double die in here is getting a little less likely. And as little as I like for this to be the case, we are going to have to break this into two shows. Because I'm not even halfway finished. And I'm doing this in a way where I'm getting through a roll of coins in about 15-20 minutes. Well, this looks like Frostbite's lot. Hang on. I gotta go fishing for bag coins again. I see a couple of bag coins on the top of the pile and I just want to dig them all out. And there are the bag coins, they're just bad. I mean, like, they're ugly bad. Alright, 10 coins. See where we get. Had to pull a bad one out. Okay. Oh, wait. Apple cart got upset here. Hang on a second. Okay. Sissy first. What do we have? Another double die. Boom. There's a double die for Sissy. It is the same die. Well, thought it was. Looks like it is. It may not be. I don't know. Is he looking at 2 die scratches? No, he's not. Wow, there's some chance this could be a different die. Not likely a different die state, not in the same bag. We'll take a look at the 2 coins together. Let's get Sissy's second coin. That's a normal one. Then this will be Frostbite's first. Frostbite's second. This will be Malcolm's first. Malcolm's second. And this will be Mary's first. I'm thinking it might be a different one too. It was Mary's second, which that just throws everything off kilter, because we've been through well over 100 coins, and we're talking about out of a bag of 5,000, we've been through 100, and we're finding 2 different double dies, possibly. I mean, it'd be nice if it is, but really? You never know sometimes. That's Frostbite second there. Let's flip them over and let's take a look. This is the reverse of the double die. Definitely different. Definitely not the same die. It's not an error, Ant. Okay, the average 1960 cent has no cameo. So you're saying you found a 1990 proof with no cameo? Or 2000. A 2000 proof cent with no cameo? It's not an error. I don't think there's anything special to it. You'll have to get a cell phone shot of it and send it to me in email. cd@coppercoins.com. I'll take a good look at it for you. See what I see. This is going to be my last pair here. This is Frostbite. Die wear again. Makes that Rigidy Humpty bump near the edge of the design. Okay, so for Sissy here, let's take Sissy's double die and match it up with Grandpa Tim's double die. Grandpa Tim's is this first one here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my scoop adjusted for us to do examination. Okay, this is Grandpa Tim's coin. And this is Sissy's coin. We do have two different dies here. See if I can find a good permanent marker. Try to get an idea from a permanent marker. Yeah, I don't have any permanent markers here. Die cracks, chips, or things that can't be polished out. But this is Sissy's coin right here. And I've got that die scratch out in front of the nose. But that same die scratch does not exist on this one. And then this Grandpa Tim's coin here that has what looks like a die scratch shooting down from the edge of the bow tie. I don't have that on this coin. Let's see, we've got almost double normal thickness on Sissy's. And Grandpa Tim's isn't quite that wide on the second 9. So the second 9 is what's telling me these are different dies, because that's way thick and that one's not quite as thick. So these are definitely two different dies. So we have two different double die obverses that we're looking for here. Yeah, Grandpa Tim's isn't quite as severe, you might say, as Sissy's is. So I'm going to load everybody's coins up. We'll go until 9 o'clock tonight. 2-hour show. We'll try to do it in 2 hours tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the second show for this bag. All right. Next lot. So we've got Stanley, Sureg, Mark, Stephen, and Parvez. I get 10 coins out here. Two different double dies floating around in this bag. Two different ones means there should be anywhere between 400 and 600 probably double dies in this bag at least. 400 to 600 would be a conservative number. So, first coin. Nothing at all. That's for Stanley. It's for Sureg. Second coin is also normal. Third coin would go to Mark. It's Mark's first. Nice die crack in the hair. Not a double die. Mark's second coin here. A bit of that die wear. Nothing else really. And we get to Stephen. Stephen's first coin. Yeah, nothing. Stephen's second coin. Also nothing. Let's take a look at the reverse. Oh, did I miss Parvez's coins. Parvez, first coin. Nothing. Second coin. Big die crack in the hair. So I'm pulling out the same die. Out of 10 coins, the same die twice, but I can't find more than one of each of these double dies. That, just the way it goes. That seems to be my typical luck. Let's see, where are we here? First coin for Stanley. Second coin for Stanley. First coin now for Surig. Second for Surig. Now the first for Mark. I actually noticed the curl on the bottom of the eye more than anything else. So different people are going to notice slightly different things, I guess. Alright, this is Steven's first here. I may get to a point to speed up the show where we just quit looking at the reverses. We're not finding anything on the reverses, nothing at all. And his second. And we got Parviz, first coin. And his second. All right, nothing on that stick. Everything starts to go a little bit faster as you get a little more experience into working on this stuff. I used to take an hour and a half, 2 hours to go through a single roll of coins looking at them. Now I can do it in less than 10 minutes. So experience helps. So Farm Dog is going to go first on this go around. See if I got any ugly coins. Try to stay away from the ugly coins, because what happens when you find a really nice double die on an ugly coin? You have an ugly double die. I just threw a coin out. Some water spotting on it, but that's okay. I'm going to throw a coin away for water spotting. Need one more. One more coin. Oh my. That one's completely black on the reverse. Yuck. What's on these things that I'm having to touch them? Look at this. There we go. Oh, let me get it. Look at that. On that side, it's almost all black, and on this side, it's mostly nice and shiny. And on this side, it's mostly black. Yuck. I don't want to look at black coins. I don't want to touch black coins. Looks like they've been buried in a river. It's at least nice they didn't open the bag and the whole bag was like that. I've seen it before. Well, that was a wasted $150 or $300 or $500 or however much you're spending on your bag. All right. Let's see, this is Farm Dogs first and second here on the obverse, not finding anything on these. And this one is Frostbite's first. So far, Grandpa Tim and Sissy are the two that have benefited out of this bag. So this is going to be Stanley's first here. Nothing there, and his second. Oh yeah, I think we have another double die here. This one is much less than the others, but it's still a decent looking double die. You can see it here on the 8 especially, but the 9s you can tell have slightly fat tails, but the 8, the left edge is thinner than the right edge. This could be the working hub doubling too. The doubling's not very thick anywhere else, but you do have that stretching on the bottom of the eye over there. So the stretching on the bottom of the eye making it look like the edge of a teardrop on the bottom of the eye, and on the bottom of the B's just a little bit curved out too. This is definitely a double die. So that would be Stanley's second coin there. Definitely a double die. Here's the first coin. Oh, he's got a goiter. First coin for Carl here. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Oh, it's got a couple of, you can see right up in here. Little tiny raised spot there. And a little tiny raised spot right over here. Those are the bottoms of a couple of columns. So that was going to be a nice clash, but it got partially wiped out. I don't see any columns over here though. Usually see them on both sides. But nothing there. Nothing interesting. Here is our first coin for Taco John. And my second coin for Taco John. Tell you what I'm probably going to do. I think everyone who was involved in this pull here will get a little gift. I'll make sure everyone involved here has a double die out of this bag, if I can find that many of them. I have to find enough for everybody. If I find enough for everybody, then you're all going to end up with at least one double die out of this bag. I'll just include it in a package as an extra coin, as a gift from Copper Coins. So if you don't get one in the pull, you'll get one after the pull. Which begs the question, should I just go ahead and conduct the remainder of the pull without it being on screen? That way I can just get it finished. Because we kind of know what we're looking at here, although it seems that surprises keep hitting us kind of regularly. That's machine doubling right there. You see this little sag right here where the doubling is on the S, the second S of states? Look on the inside of the S where you see that little sag. It looks like something was like pushed to make it be that shape. That's one of your good ways of telling that you've got machine doubling. Another way that you can actually tell very easily that you have machine doubling is there's absolutely no notching at the corners of the letters. There's no place where you see like two postcards overlaid on top of one another, one slid over to the upper right a little bit, and then you've got two corners that you're looking at. That's notching. You don't see any of this. And that's because this is machine doubling. Machine doubling doesn't have notches because machine doubling is just a slight bounce of the die, which puts the exact same design into the coin twice. Well, if you're doing that, the notching on hub doubling actually occurs on the die itself. So if you don't have any notching on the die, you cannot place notching on a coin. So the notching is something that we often look for and talk about with regard to double dies. None of the double dies we found here today so far have notching because they are class 6 double dies, which just means like extra stretching. You don't actually, it's like you don't have a lift and then a repress on the die. See, these will be Taco John's here. If you guys have been watching what goes on and how it goes on, you should be able to follow along here. Here's Taco's second coin. Okay, so let's do this. I'm not going to do a second show. I'm going to go ahead and do this exactly as I'm doing it right now, but I'm not going to do it on camera because I can go a lot faster. And I'll just get that second part of this out of the way. And any other bags that we do like this, I think we can do the same thing. I'll go ahead and make flip inserts for everybody. But then on the show, we'll just spend a couple hours going through them, figure out what's there, what's going on, and what we're seeing. And then I'll just do the rest of them off camera because, well, I think everybody kind of trusts me with what I'm doing here because I've got no reason to short anybody or play favorites or any of that. You guys pay plenty of money for what you get, and I want to make sure that you get the right stuff for what you're paying. Let's do this, though. Just for about the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to throw coins on the stick and go through looking for double dice. Just looking for double dice. Okay? We're just going to look for the double die obverses. I'm going to go ahead and load my stick full. And we're just going to look. Now, these coins will go into your flips, but I'm not going to take care of that part now. If they're not double dice, does it really matter which coins you get? I mean, because everything's done completely at random anyway, right? So, just for the experience of looking under a microscope and finding double dice, which is what you're all here for anyway, we will just do that part. We will just look for some double dice just to see what kind of sprinkling of double dice we actually have in our roll here. Or in our bag, I mean. Let's, I just thought of something I didn't do. Now I have to go back and remember what I was doing. It wasn't Farm Dog. It wasn't Frostbite. It wasn't Stanley, I don't think. It wasn't Carl. And it wasn't Taco. Was it Frostbite? Was he the one who got the double die? I didn't mark that coin by holding it out, so now I've got to find it. It's not going to be hard to find because, well, I know what I'm looking for. It's not there. Who did get that one? Was it Farm Dog? Farm Dog? Nope. Was it Stanley? Hey gosh, I can't remember where my double dice are coming from. There it is. It's Stanley. Okay. It's the one. Right there. Okay. So there are 3 different double dice in here that we know of. 3 different ones. One of them's less than the other 2. Stanley's was less than Sissy's, and Grandpa Tim's. Sissy's was the big one, and Grandpa Tim is kind of mediocre. A little better than mediocre. I mean, it's nice, but with these 3 dice in mind, it was mediocre. Let me get this refocused. There we go. Okay, we're just going to go through these. And we're just going to look for that. The date double. Oh, there's one right there. Bam. Right there. That's the same as Sissy's die right there. See, that's got the big scratch coming down off the nose. So I'm going to pull this one out. And that's strange. This is struck through grease. Very minor error, but some people collect them. Okay, let's keep moving. We're just looking for double dice on the date. Because I think that's about all we're going to see in this bag. But we're luckier than most. There's another one. This is the same as Grandpa Tim's double dice. See, it's got that die scratch coming down off the bow tie. So there are more double dice in here. It's just taking us a long time to get to them because we're going so slow. But I can make it through a bag like this in about 3 days. looking for all the different dies. This is the same as Stanley's here. This is the lesser of the three. So I found all three different dies in a stack of 25 so far. So that's a half a roll. Let's see what else we find in here, if we find anything else. And there's going to be plenty of these to go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the double dies. I want to make sure everybody here, everybody in this bag reveal gets at least one double die. So I'm going to seed one double die to everybody. And then I'm just going to punch coins into flip inserts. And if you get a double die, you'll know what you're looking for. So then that means you get more than one, right? See how that works? We'll go through another couple of these. These double dies, I'm figuring a market value somewhere around $10 to $15 a piece. The Sissy double die, the best one, probably around $20, $15 to $20. They're not real valuable, but they're not junk either. And there's at least something there with marketable value that is somewhat scarce, that makes a decent conversation piece, that makes a decent educational prop for you to teach yourself what you're looking for, and the others that you'd be able to get other rolls of this basic manufacture. Being that it be 86, 87, 88, 89, any of those years in there, they have some of these Class 6 double dies in them. Class 6, Class 2. Class 6 being thickness, Class 2 being separation. Toward the rim or away from the rim, either way. I'm just finishing up here. Oh, nope, that's a nice coin. Had a shine on it. Shine was kind of weird, and I thought maybe it was a crap coin, but it's not. Okay, here we go. Second batch, which means this is one roll here. One full roll that we're going to end up looking through. There we go. Focus, Chuck, focus. And we're only looking for the date double die on these. We may end up finding something else while I'm going through these, but for right now, just for the sake of argument, we're going to say that's all we've got is the date double dies. I'm just looking for any of these dates that don't look normal. Any of the dates that look a little fat. Well, they're going to come out and go on my table. Would that take about 20 seconds? I tell you, I can, if I know exactly what I'm, oh, there we go. Boom. That's a Sissy double die there. That's one of the good ones. That's one of the best ones. Can you see it? Does everybody see it? You see what I'm talking about? It's very specific, very easy to see. It's very specific what they are. Okay, and here we go. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right, and nothing else there. Okay, so this half roll had one coin. I'm going to go through one more, just because I'm having fun, and just because I'm not quite tired yet. Right? Hey, you guys are lucky you're getting an evening where I'm not tired, where my internet is working, we're finding double dies. Heck, the only thing that could make it better is a good stiff drink. This is an adult show, right? And even at that, if you're a kid, don't drink. Bad for you. Let's see. Here. Okay, now get yourselves ready, because this is only the precursor. We have a 1960 Philadelphia bag to look at. First of all, if this is a small date bag and you buy into these spots, you're going to get about a $5 coin every time one comes out of the bag. I imagine that. Think about it for a minute, okay? $5 times 5,000 coins. $25,000 bag. Right? Now, in all likelihood, I'm going to say 99%, it's going to be a large date bag. Which still isn't such a bad thing, because large date, you still get your opportunities. I mean, they're not nearly as good as having, the whole bag be $5 coins, but in the large date, you've got a number of double die obverses and reverses that are possible that we could find. So don't give up just because it's a large date. Heck, that's where all the double dies are. So be thinking about getting in on that because, well, I'm going to do it kind of like this one. Your limit will be 10 flips per person. There will be 2 coins per flip. And we might find double dies in there. It goes really slow at first, but then it picks up speed quite quickly after a while. Now I'm finding nothing here. Here's one. That's one of the Stanley double dies there. We're going to call this one the Stanley die. The Stanley die is the least of the 3 double dies that we're finding, but it's still a double die nonetheless. So I've got 2 of one, 2 of another, and then 1 of the third. And this is out of a roll and a half. I think we can afford to do another one. And of course, none of the coins I've pulled out here so far that are not double dies, I'm going to put those in a separate bag. I do a load bag, I do a pull bag and a load bag. The load bag I fill up while I'm pulling from the other bag, and I'll just put those in the load bag and act like this never happened. That way I've got some of my seed double dice here, so the double dice you've seen so far are going to be used as seed coins. And then what I'm going to do with the remainder of the flip inserts, I've got probably about 100 flip inserts left, maybe 150. I just fill them with 2 coins, and you can discover for yourself whether you got your double dies or not. Because you already know what we're looking for. You know how to find it. So since you know what you're looking for, you know how to find it, what do you need me for? You just married me for my coins, so why don't I just give you the coins? So I tell my wife, you just married me for my coins. She's like, I don't even like your coins. I said, yeah, you don't like me either, but you married me. All right, here we go. Next. All right, this is a half roll that we're looking through here. We're going to go pretty quickly. We might even get another 1 or 2 done before all of my audience drops away. But we're only looking for the double die on the date area. That was an ugly coin, but I'm going to skip it. There we go. This is... Which one is this? Don't tell me we've got another one out there. No, I think this is going to be the Stanley double die here. It's just got a little bit more apparent die wear or something on it. That's this coin. Okay, let's make sure I got the right one. Yeah, the die on Stanley's double die is a little clearer. It's a little nicer, I guess. Sissy, you're famous, hon. You got a double die named after you. And it's a sweet one. Because yours was the first one I found in here. And so we've got the Sissy double die. It's actually the second one I found, but we're not going to say that out loud. We have to go until we find another Sissy double die. At least one more Sissy double die. The Stanley double die is not easy to find. The Grandpa Tim is actually relatively simple. The Sissy double die kind of slaps you in the face if you miss it. then you're the one with the problem, not the coins. Let's see here. All right. Where are you, sissy? Are you back in Florida, or are you still out gallivanting around the country somewhere? As long as, Dennis, as long as you get number 1 or number 2, how about if I just pull one out of the pile and you smile? How about that? We can play the game that way. If it's a 1 or a 2, you get it, and it's yours. But if you get a number 3, I don't want you frowning. You must smile. I only give people stuff who are nice. Everyone else just mumbles, and I don't hear anything. You know, kind of like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. That little boy just kept talking with negative attitude. And Willy Wonka couldn't even hear him. It's like, I'm sorry, you're mumbling. You need to speak up. Why must you always mumble? Don't mumble. Speak up. That's the attitude, Dennis. See? I knew you had a great attitude.
All right, here we go. Next stick.
That's an ugly coin right there. I'm just going to throw it over there.
Get rid of it. Don't want those ugly coins getting mixed back in with the nice ones. There's another ugly coin.
There. We have a few ugly coins in this hoard here.
But I'm a little bit punch drunk here from playing with so many coins.
There's another ugly one. Oh, how I'm missing all these ugly ones and setting them on the board.
Just left out riding through Alabama on the new I-22.
Oh, that's old 78, isn't it?
Going up to Memphis? Yes, if you just left out, would you leave out right after dinner or something?
Because,
but you're like
probably about 4 or 5 hours away, at least 5 hours away from home.
Oh, there we go. This is one of the Grandpa Tim double dies here. But that's one of the doubles. Just so Sissy can see it and know what we're looking for, this is one of the double dies.
That's right, fat letters. You fat bottom coins. You make the rockin' world go round.
Yeah. That's the first orange peel coin I've seen. This is one of the Stanley double dies here. Yeah, for sure. This is one of the Stanley double dies. That's the last one on this stick. So I'll put that in the Stanley pile.
See, I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 double dies so far. Out of, what did I do? Is that 2 rolls or 2.5? I think it's 2.5 rolls. So yeah, we'll make sure everybody gets a double die, just as a consolation prize. Don't forget me when we come up on the next bag. You never know what we might find there. It might be a deal where everybody gets a double die again. Who knows? Everybody gets an RPM. Everybody gets a double die. Everybody gets pretty stuff. Everybody likes shiny. Everybody likes Santa Claus because Santa Claus has shiny. See, that's the way it works. Don't tell me you love me for my personality. You just want my coins. Oprah, that's right. Everybody gets a double die. You get one, and you get one. All right, we're going to do this one stick. And my nightly news and my pillow are calling me. So I'm glad I was able to make it through this show. So I'm all caught up with everybody, except for sending out your auction packages, which, because I spent 2 days preparing for this show, I haven't really gotten the mail taken care of, but that's coming up. I got all day tomorrow to take care of mail. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be an all-day process. What's that? Okay, nothing. I thought I heard a weird sound with that coin, so I wanted to be sure.
All right. Last stick of the day. I'm wanting to find one of the Sissy double dice so Sissy will know what her double die looks like. And also because, well, they're like really cool and they're kind of valuable too. It's nothing. No. No. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah, that's another one of Grandpa Tim double dies. That's the last coin on this stick. The very last one. And that's a Grandpa Tim double die there. It's not one of the Sissy double dies, though. Sissy, this is what your double die looks like. This is a Sissy double die right here. Nice big fat letters with really nice separation. We've got a big hunk and die scratch. It comes diagonal down off the nose, like it rolled off the nose and it's sticking out in front of his nose. Lot of extra thickness everywhere. Got some pretty moderate die wear on this. That means it's at least a mid to late die state. But you can see the extra thickness all the way across Liberty. And that is the Sissy double die. Yeah, DDOs in that 60 bag, that would be nice. For sure. Got some big DDRs we could find, though. Alright. That's it for tonight, folks. I have about searched myself out. But all of these coins are going to go in this slough bag, and then I'm going to go through and pick out junk. And then I'm going to go through and search for some... I'm going to put your coins in the in their holders. I don't know what I'm putting in there, but there could be double dies going in your holders. And then I'm going to go through and look for extra double dies so everybody gets one. All right? That's how it's going to work. I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night. Be well. And I will talk to you next time, which is going to be Monday evening at the reveal show. The reveal show, we're going to be doing at least 4 wheat rolls. One of them will be a 46S. There will be a 49S. And there will be another bag. This bag will be a 1960 Philadelphia bag. So be there. Be ready. I'll talk to you then. Have a great night.